They whisper their names in the shadows of power. They say nothing moves without their blessing. And yet, most people have never heard their real stories. Secret societies have shaped history for thousands of years. From ancient mystery cults to modern-day power brokers, these groups often operated behind closed doors, manipulating the fate of empires, economies, and even revolutions. Tonight, we will take you on a journey into that hidden world. Let us begin far back in time, with one of the oldest known secret brotherhoods, the Eleusinian Mysteries. In ancient Greece, for over 1,000 years, initiates gathered near Athens to participate in secret rituals honoring Demeter and Persephone. They believed these mysteries revealed the secrets of life, death, and the afterlife, and breaking your vow of silence could mean death. No one knows exactly what happened in the ceremonies, because everyone kept the secret for centuries. Even some of the greatest philosophers in history, like Plato, were sworn members of the cult. It was one of the rare moments in time when secrecy held absolute power. Fast forward to Rome, where the cult of Mithras captured the hearts of powerful soldiers and elites. These underground worshippers performed bloody rituals in hidden chambers called Mithraea, many of which still exist today beneath modern cities. Their belief in cosmic order, strength, and loyalty made them a favorite among Roman generals. But the Mithraic order fell with the rise of Christianity, and their secrets faded into legend. Still, the idea of power hidden behind ceremony survived, and it would take on new life during the medieval period. Enter the Knights Templar, Christian warrior monks who became one of the most powerful forces in Europe. They started as humble protectors of pilgrims in the Holy Land, but within decades, they were international bankers. They answered only to the Pope, owned vast amounts of land, and created the foundations of modern financial systems. Their sudden wealth and influence made kings uneasy. In 1307, King Philip IV of France launched a surprise attack, arresting Templars across Europe, accusing them of heresy, and torturing them into confessions. Many were burned alive, including the Grand Master Jacques de Molay, who supposedly cursed the king and pope as he died. From their ashes, a new myth was born, the idea that the Templars never truly disappeared. Some believe they went underground, taking their rituals and treasures with them. And if you believe that, then you are ready for the next chapter. In the 18th century, the Age of Enlightenment gave rise to the Freemasons. They were thinkers, builders, and revolutionaries, obsessed with geometry, symbols, and secret handshakes. They claimed to carry knowledge passed down from the builders of Solomon's Temple. Freemasonry was not just about stonework. It was about spiritual transformation. And its members included some of the most powerful men in history: George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, Mozart, and many European royals. The symbols they used, like the all-seeing eye or the compass and square, still appear on money, buildings, and monuments. But with fame came fear. Religious leaders and kings accused them of conspiring against church and throne. Some even blamed the Freemasons for revolutions, including the French Revolution itself. Freemasonry inspired other groups, some real and some legendary. None became more infamous than the Illuminati. Founded in 1776 in Bavaria by Adam Weishaupt, the Illuminati's goal was simple: to free the world from religious and political tyranny. They infiltrated Masonic lodges and recruited intellectuals who dreamed of a more rational world. But governments cracked down quickly, and the Bavarian Illuminati was banned within 10 years. Still, rumors claimed they never went away. They just got better at hiding. According to conspiracy theories, the Illuminati now pull the strings behind world events. They are blamed for everything from war to economic collapse to pop music. Of course, there is little proof, but the myth is too seductive to die. Then came Skull and Bones, the elite secret society at Yale University. Founded in 1832, it has counted among its members presidents, CIA directors, Supreme Court justices, and captains of industry. Inside the tomb, their mysterious headquarters, Rituals are said to include confessions, symbolic death and rebirth, and allegiance to the brotherhood above all else. George H.W. Bush and his son George W. Bush were both bonesmen. So was John Kerry, who ran against the younger Bush in the 2004 election. Yes, both candidates belong to the same secret society. It is hard not to wonder what role such networks play in shaping the highest levels of power. And Skull and Bones is just one of many elite university secret societies still active today. From the Ivy League to Oxford, young elites are groomed behind closed doors. But some secret societies are far more ancient. Let us talk about the Rosicrucians, a mystical order that emerged in the 1600s. They claim to hold ancient wisdom from Egypt, Greece, and even Atlantis. Rosicrucians were obsessed with alchemy, spiritual enlightenment, and the hidden laws of the universe. Their manifestos were published anonymously and spread across Europe like wildfire. Some believed they were immortals who walked among the common people, watching history unfold. The movement inspired everything from art to philosophy to the birth of modern science. And many Rosicrucian symbols were later absorbed into Freemasonry and other esoteric traditions. Even today, modern groups claim to carry the Rosicrucian torch. In 1907, a new force emerged, the Ordo Templi Orientis, or OTO. It mixed Masonic-style rituals with Eastern mysticism, sexual liberation, and magical practices. The order's most infamous figure was Aleister Crowley, the self-proclaimed Great Beast. Crowley believed in doing your will above all else, and shocked Victorian society with his occult experiments. He wrote extensively about secret rituals, invoking spirits, and exploring altered states of consciousness. Many accused him of black magic, and his influence continues to ripple through modern pop culture and occult circles. Secret societies are not always global or ancient. Some are hyper-local and terrifying. Take the Thuggee cult in India. For centuries, this brotherhood of bandits and assassins posed as travelers to ambush and strangle their victims in ritual killings. They worshipped the goddess Kali and believed they were serving a cosmic balance. British colonial forces eventually crushed them in the 1800s, claiming to end a reign of terror that had lasted generations. But questions remain about how widespread the cult really was, and whether elements of it survived. Let us now enter the realm of the Bohemian Club, an elite American society formed in the 1870s. Every year, its members gather at the mysterious Bohemian Grove in the redwoods of California. There, powerful men, including U.S. presidents and business titans, attend bizarre ceremonies and secret meetings. One ritual, called the Cremation of Care, features a giant stone owl and cloaked figures. They say it is symbolic and harmless. But the secrecy fuels endless speculation. What exactly is discussed by the world's most powerful men in those woods? And then, of course, we must address the elephant in the conspiracy room, the Bilderberg Group. Formed in 1954, this annual meeting brings together top political leaders, corporate executives, bankers, and media moguls. No press is allowed. No public transcripts are released. They say the meetings are informal and non-binding. But critics argue that decisions made there affect the entire world, from wars to markets to elections. Some even believe it is the real government behind the curtain. And now, let us take a breath, because this is only the beginning. In Part 2, we will go even deeper into the world's most dangerous, seductive, and influential secret societies, including modern cults, political puppeteers, and AI-connected brotherhoods. We ended Part 1 with whispers among redwoods and billionaires behind closed doors. Now let us go deeper into the underworld of secrecy, where power meets obsession, and truth dances with fiction. Because some of the most dangerous secret societies in history are the ones still active right now. Let us begin with a cult that hid behind science. The Ahnenerbe. Formed in Nazi Germany under Heinrich Himmler, this secretive group was tasked with uncovering ancient Aryan heritage. They conducted pseudo-archaeological expeditions across the world, from Tibet to the Arctic, in search of mythical roots. Their work was wrapped in racist ideology and occult fascination. They believed in ancient lost civilizations, mystical bloodlines, and sacred artifacts. Some say they were obsessed with finding Atlantis or the Holy Grail to legitimize Nazi supremacy. And when the war ended, many Ahnenerbe documents were seized by Allied intelligence. Rumors claim some of their members helped launch secret programs in the United States and Soviet Union during the Cold War. Which brings us to another dark network. Operation Paperclip. After World War II, the United States quietly recruited hundreds of former Nazi scientists, engineers, and intelligence officers. They were brought to America, often with their records sanitized, and put to work in military and space research. Some helped build rockets, others, chemical weapons. It was all done in secret, hidden from the public, under the belief that it was necessary to win the Cold War. Ethics were brushed aside in the name of progress. And this is not theory. This is documented truth. Secret societies do not always wear robes or meet in castles. Sometimes they wear suits and sign contracts behind boardroom doors. Take the Trilateral Commission, formed in 1973 by David Rockefeller. It was created to foster cooperation between North America, Europe, and Japan. But critics accused it of trying to create a global government controlled by financial elites. And once again, no public oversight, no transparency. They are not alone. Groups like the Council on Foreign Relations and the World Economic Forum are accused by some of setting global agendas in secret. They are not secret societies in the traditional sense, but the power they wield often is. Let us shift now to something more mythic. The Priory of Sion, allegedly a secret group guarding the bloodline of Jesus Christ. Popularized by the Da Vinci Code, this society was said to protect descendants of Christ and Mary Magdalene. But here is the twist. Historians exposed the Priory of Sion as a modern hoax created in the 1950s. Fake documents, forged genealogies, planted in national archives. Still, the idea struck a nerve, and to this day, some believe the hoax was a cover for a deeper truth. This theme repeats again and again. For every real secret society, there are layers of deception, cover stories, and deliberate misinformation, which makes it nearly impossible to separate fact from fantasy. Consider the rise of internet-era secret societies. Groups like Cicada 3301, which appeared in 2012, posting cryptic puzzles online. They involved steganography, philosophy, cryptography, and real-world scavenger hunts across multiple countries. No one knows who ran it, or why. Some say it was a recruiting tool for intelligence agencies. Others believe it was an independent group seeking the world's smartest minds for unknown purposes. And we must talk about the Finders, a shadowy group investigated by U.S. authorities in the 1980s. Allegations included child abuse, international trafficking, and ritual practices. The case was suddenly dropped, and files were classified. Decades later, FBI documents confirmed that something had indeed been covered up. The full truth remains hidden. But it is one of the few times a real-world investigation brushed against what many call a modern-day cult with powerful protection. Then there is Scientology. It began as a self-help movement and evolved into a religion with a deeply secretive hierarchy. Higher-level teachings are hidden from lower members, and those who leave often report surveillance, harassment, and isolation. At its highest levels, Scientology teaches of cosmic aliens, ancient nuclear wars, and eternal spiritual imprisonment. They have fought governments, infiltrated agencies, and sued critics into silence. Yet they enjoy tax-exempt status and have powerful allies in politics and Hollywood. Secret societies are not limited to the West. In Japan, there are the Yamaguchi-gumi, a dominant branch of the Yakuza, Japan's organized crime syndicate. They operate with strict codes, secret initiations, and influence that stretches into banking, real estate, and even disaster relief. In China, the triads blend secret society ritual with modern crime networks. Their origins trace back to anti-imperial rebels, cloaked in symbols, codes, and blood oaths. Today, they are embedded in global smuggling, tech theft, and political corruption. Some of the most hidden societies are not ancient. They are forming right now. Think about exclusive Silicon Valley retreats, where AI developers, billionaires, and futurists meet off-grid to plan what comes next. No cameras, no recordings, no press. These are not just tech conferences. These are shaping how artificial intelligence, bioengineering, and virtual worlds will impact human life. And the public only sees the surface. Some insiders whisper about new secret orders forming, modern Templars of the digital realm. They gather not in castles, but in secure server farms and encrypted back channels. Their allegiance is not to God or king, but to information and the control of it. This is the future of secret societies, no longer tied to robes and handshakes, but to data, power, and code. You may not see them, but they are watching. And perhaps they are listening to this very podcast. Do not be afraid. Just be aware. So what have we learned? That secret societies are as old as civilization, and just as complex. They emerge when power needs privacy, when revolution needs planning, and when minds crave mystery. Some are noble, some are dark, most are both. And their influence continues, from ancient temples to corporate towers, from forgotten ruins to glowing screens. Their symbols are around you. Their fingerprints are on history. So the next time you hear a strange symbol whispered in a speech, or see a mysterious owl carved into a building, ask yourself, is it just decoration? Or is it a signature? This has been a Sophie Podcast, and tonight you have been initiated. If you enjoyed this episode, share it, follow for more, and keep your eyes open. Because the most powerful societies in the world are not the ones you see. They are the ones you never knew existed.